Alright, and welcome back everyone to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as we continue our war against the Germans. We've got our forces kind of dispersed in a proper way. We're trying to kind of contain the enemy and make sure that they are not, doing nasty things to us. But so far, I think we're doing pretty well. Looking at the disparity in points here, I think we're doing quite well. Now, of course, we do have a bit of a base race going on, Bohemia Moravia versus Prussia, but this is a bigger win for us because this province, 1.5 billion, Prussia is 1.9 billion, so we are gaining income from this province, but we're also gaining Pillau. So we're gaining a massive fucking port that we desperately need in order to house our eventually to come Dreadnoughts. Now, as with the fact that we unlocked Dreadnoughts, we have unlocked them, let's start off the episode with designing our Dreadnought. So this is going to be a completely new design. So we are going to play around a little bit, see if we can get this thing kind of just min-max to hell and back, really make it a big old chonker. So the Dreadnought 1 for the Russians caps out at 26,000, and we are going to go ahead and she can go at 22.1 or 22.6, my bad. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to cap her at 20 for right now. Now, the reason for this is because our other battleships cap out at 20 knots right now. When we get steam turbines, we might be able to push that a little bit, but I want them to be able to maintain speed with the Dreadnoughts. I don't want the Dreadnoughts outpacing them completely and utterly. And so we want to be able to have that advantage. So let's go ahead and stick our towers on here. Now, we kind of have an unfortunate situation where we do not have access to any more centerline guns, but we do have access to a superimposed turret. So this is actually a huge advantage for us because this means that when pursuing the enemy, we're going to be able to attack them much more easily. Now, with this initial Dreadnought, I am thinking about going with 12-inch guns. However, I think 11-inch guns would be the best option. Decent fire rate, decent penetration and everything, being able to actually hang in there for a decent amount of time. Eventually, we might upgrade them. Because we're going to be keeping these ships for a long while. Like, these ships aren't going to be going anywhere anytime soon. So we got 2 forward guns, 1 aft gun, and then we're going to throw some wing guns on here as well. I'm feeling... Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? I'm feeling a very strong broadside of 11-inch guns. So let's see if we can kind of make it look decent rather than just having those turrets hang off the side. So already, as you can see, a pretty impressive main gun battery, and with the funnel arrangement that we can do with this, the turrets are unafflicted by the funnels and everything is kosher. Now eventually we're probably going to go with a full centerline battery for these Dreadnoughts, because again, we're not going to be getting rid of any of these. These are permanent additions to the fleet. I say permanent. Eventually, we will replace them, but semi-permanent additions to the fleet, because we want to get our money's worth out of building these things, anyways. So eventually, we'll probably end up having, I'd say, probably max them out at 12 or 14-inch guns, 5 centerline guns. I'm thinking. I think 5 might be the way to go on this one. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any room for secondary battery, of course, really. Like, there's nowhere to put them. Or let me rephrase, secondary guns. But in the case of casement guns, we got a lot of places to put guns. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with 5-inch guns for our port and starboard batteries, like so. Just have just a plethora of 5-inch guns that are just able to absolutely rip into the enemy in a massive way. Now, you might notice that this battery favors a rearward angle, so you kind of want to get the enemy into pursuing you to a degree in order to truly maximize the firepower. In the pursuit, your battery is kind of limited in this regard to these guns, whereas everything from this point back is pointed rearward. So they're not like the American BBs, for example, where you have a bunch of broadsiding. But this is fine. And then we're going to go ahead and throw these little 2-inch guns up top here just to have some extra firepower, because why not? Now, eventually when we do throw all the guns into the center line, eventually we'll be able to bring in more secondary batteries that are a little more flexible, but right now we're not really able to do that. So let's go ahead and throw on our engines, rudder, steering, armor, barbette. Let's go with the barbette 2, anti-torpedo 1, double hull bottom, reinforced bulkhead 1, anti-flood 1, citadel 1. Let's go ahead like so. And we have advanced hydraulic. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. And let's go ahead and do her up prim and proper. Now I am doing this first and foremost before I look at what we need to try to do to save weight. All right, so we are over by quite a bit. So let's go ahead and drop this down to barbette 1. How much does that save? It doesn't really save all that much. So the problem is we have a lot of batteries. And I think the number of batteries we have is just too much for the weight. Without steam turbine, it's just not going to be possible to do this. So how do we want to try to fix this? Unfortunately, I think we just need to drop a couple batteries. So here's what I'm kind of thinking. Let's reform this center area right here. Let's bring this up like so. Let's then proceed to throw side guns here. And then let's bring everything back a little bit to compensate for the offset. And that almost completely compensates. And I think we have a pretty good battleship going on here. Now, of course, again, we are lacking those extra batteries. It kind of sucks, but we really can't do much for it. Let's try to put this to a 10-inch main belt. Very nice. Can we put this to... No, we can't. We'll put this 7. Nope. Okay, so we'll go with a 10.66. And I think we are doing quite well. Quite well indeed. Yeah, I think that is... I think that's the ship. The Setup class. Our first Dreadnoughts. Let's go. Now, again, eventually we will get these ships a little more substantive as we unlock technologies and we're able to get more centerline guns and so on and so forth. It's just going to take us time. Alright, so 1900, the Setup class is designed and ready, and construction-wise, we are building nothing, but we are repairing stuff. It's kind of a oh wait, we are building these cruisers, but those finish in 2 months. Let's go ahead. What's our financials looking like? We still got a decent amount, but we don't have a lot to work with. We don't have a lot of wiggle room. But I think we can get away with building at least 2? Maybe just 1? Let's go with 1. Let's build the Senup, and we'll go ahead and put her in Kronstadt, and she will be the first of our Dreadnoughts. And I think we might be able to maintain this a little bit. We might have to reduce the tech budget a little bit. Actually, you know what? We're going to reduce the tech budget. We're just going to do that preemptively. So we're going to drop the tech budget to 75%. That will definitely give us some time on that. And let's go ahead and end turn. So we have a torpedo boat. Try to kill him. Thank you. Alright, so we have another convoy. Yeah, small little convoy, real quick. Let's kill that. Our ships are definitely in the need of a refit, but we're also still winning this fight pretty resoundingly, so I don't think it's too big of a deal that we don't refit immediately. Ooh, those stutters. Ew, what's going on, buddy? Let me free up some resources by closing my browser real quick. Oh, that almost immediately cured it. That's funny. Oh well, browsers. You gotta love how many resources they take up. All right, so the enemy is now south of us. Let's go ahead and detach and divert the cruisers in a wider pattern. Oh, okay. Well, enemy sighted. Enemy transports. The enemy cruiser, I'm guessing, has completely buggered off. Yeah, I'm not seeing the enemy cruiser at all. So the enemy cruiser has left its wards to die, and the cowardice of that crew will be forever remembered. I just love the shotgun effect of just all these small guns firing at once. It's like, oh, you know, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. HE overpin. Really? I do love the fact that we just overpin everything just because. It's like, your guns are too powerful. Alright, well, enemy cruiser fucked off, so we're not gonna bother chasing it. We're just gonna get out of here. Alright. So, how's the base race going? We've actually, funny enough, overtaken them. So we might actually capture Prussia before they capture Bohemia Moravia. So the advantage will be in our favor. And then hopefully we can see our march into Western Poland begin. I'm not gonna cry over losing Bohemia Moravia. It sucks, but it's not that big of a deal to me. Taking Prussia and Western Poland would definitely be by far the biggest priority. Now, in the case of our fleets, it looks like everybody's kind of started to get into position. Let's check up on the repairs. The Gangut is heavily damaged. She's not healthy at all. But we are going to move some cruisers out to join the fleet here that is currently blockading the Kiel Canal, so that we can prevent the enemy from getting more forces in here. And then right now we've got a significant amount of their forces pinned down. Like, you know, they're not able to truly freely move around because they have forces that are just harassing them almost continuously. So we are at an advantage there. Convoy. Yes. Four Russian cruisers versus 2. These are these cruisers. And this is kind of the name of the game to a degree. We need to just whittle them down little by little. My hope is that we don't get a stupid piece as well. We really don't need a stupid piece. Alright, let's separate these two, and we'll get a wider search grid going. I hate that they set default to loose. I wish they would set default to normal, just so that the flag radius it's like, oh hey, accuracy bonus because we're this close, you know, so on and so forth. Get a wider search pattern going so we can possibly sight these cruisers and transports quicker. Alright, so we're definitely heading in the right direction by the looks of it. Oh, there they are. Enemy transports spotted. It seems to be the rear of the convoy, so the convoy's traveling this direction. And it seems like the enemy cruisers have fucked off again. So this is just another easy convoy raid. Oh. The cowardice of German escorts is noted by the Admiralty. I should probably turn off my ringer so that it's not interfering with the video. Probably be a good idea. Alright, boys. Kill him. Let's go ahead and get a screenshot. Oop, I did not mean to open that. Shadow play, because you must have bloatware on your system no matter what. Okay, I say that. That's a little unfair to shadow play. It's actually quite efficient. Funny enough, like, it's actually one of the most efficient recording softwares out there, but it sucks. So, like, they traded efficiency for just shitty quality. And what I mean by quality is not video quality. If you're recording just video, shadow play is great. If you're recording audio though, it kind of sucks. Like, it's not good. I don't know what it is. I tried using Shadowplay years ago at this point, and it's not a good recording software when it comes to audio. I just never got it to work properly. And I know there are people that use it that have great audio, but I'm like, I don't know. I might just be retarded. Yeah, seriously. Supplemental. German cruisers are fucking bitches. Like, where are you? Like, they literally just left the convoy to die. Like, they didn't even try to intercept or anything. And here's the thing about convoy defense. You don't have to kill the enemy. You have to delay the enemy. You keep them at range. You force them into a situation where it's like, okay, well, crap, we can't get close to the transports. And then you proceed to delay them long enough for the transports to get away. And then once the transports are away, then you can disengage. And usually you disengage in the opposite direction of the transports. Wait, are these armed merchantmen? No, they're not. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, I thought for a second that my guys were getting shot at. I'm like, excuse me? Come on, guys, kill him. He's the last one. He's the last one. Just kill every module on the ship before we sink him. There we go. Alright, well, yep. German escorts are bitches. Well, that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Also, real quick, if you guys are curious, go ahead and read up on Maximilian von Spee. Very unfortunate situation where just was put in a hopeless situation, and the story of his exploits in World War I, even short-lived exploits, were quite resounding. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.